Hello and welcome to a VO's Journey podcast. My name is Anthony Pica, and this show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all of the crazy things that I seem to step on. It is very exciting to be doing episode 139. We're almost to 140, really close. Today I want to talk about the importance of picking exactly what genre of voiceover you want to do, and the importance of why picking it could be the difference between you getting lots of work and flopping around like a fishy out of water. All right, let's do it.
This is VO's Journey. With your host, the incomparable Anthony Pica.
All right, so it is great to be back. Boy, I tell you, I have been swamped with voiceover work. I hope you have been too, but I will tell you this. It can be a blessing and a curse, right? Because we work with some needy people, no doubt about it. So I have been definitely very excited and blessed with work, but I've also been dealing with some people who just are not happy unless they squeeze every ounce out of you. So that has definitely been a little bit trying, but again, I'm very happy, excited to have all of the work that I have. But I want to talk to you in this episode about the importance of picking a specific genre of voiceover for you to dive into. I think that with the noise being so prevalent in our society today, it's so easy to just get lost in the fray of craziness. You know, no matter what social channel you're on or not on, there is just each one of them is completely blasted with people constantly spouting out information. You know, all of the websites that we are on, there's so many people on those websites. So many people are emailing. So many people are calling. So many people are running ads. There's just so many people doing so many things. It can be quite overwhelming. And then one starts to wonder, you know, am I doing anything that's actually going to be seen? Is it worth my time to do all of this work? So I want to pose an idea for you to cut through all of that noise by creating a brand, if you will, of what you are known for. You know, I did a YouTube video today and I talked about this, and I wanted to dive more into it in this podcast because I believe it is so vital to our business to become known for something. And when we become known for something, it's almost like, you know, like if I was to say, hey, you, what's your shtick? Like, what are you known for? What do people call you? Or better yet, because maybe no one's calling you, what do you think that your thing is that you would like people to call you for? You know, what is it that you do really well? And it could be one of those things where you think, well, Anthony, I do this really well, but, you know, I don't think it's really marketable. Or I really want to do medical narration, which, by the way, if you want to do medical narration, God bless you, because I don't know anyone else who does. But anyways, opportunity there, right? But anyways, you know, what is it that you want to be known for? There's a decision in that. And that's why it's very challenging. Because the rest of all of this becomes super easy, meaning that once you make the decision about where you are going to dive into, like, for example, maybe you want to be known as the IVR gal or the gal who does, you know, Western or country IVRs for tractor companies, whatever, or real estate. Maybe you're the guy who does real estate stuff, you know what I mean? Or maybe you're the gal who does movie trailers, whatever that you want to be known for, right? You need to make that decision and just go with it. Okay? You need to make a decision and say, I'm going to be known for this. And now let's assume that you don't even know what you are good at or what people like you at. Well, then you have to try things out and then make a decision based on your gut. There comes a point, everybody. I know this with my heart because I do it too. There comes a point where there is no manual. There is no silver bullet. There is no magic formula. There comes a point where you have to follow your gut, what you feel to be right, and just try it and go for it. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's great too. You just try something else. So I want you to understand that the decision here is where most people fail, because most people are willing to do marketing on social media. They're willing to do learn all of these back end things, how to do ads and, how to get the algorithm working in your favor. They'll watch, videos and me included until they're blue in the face. But the most important step to all of this is making a decision about what you are going to be known for. So let's give some context to this. Let's say that you're like, all right, listen, I want to be known for the person who does, I don't know, maybe you're the person who does, maybe you do, video game, maybe you do high-pitched video game characters. Okay, maybe that's your shtick. And you want to be that one who does really crazy high-pitched video game characters. Maybe that's what you do, right? And you want to be known for that. So you make a decision, you be like, I have no idea if anybody hires those things. I don't even know, what do I even do? Well, what you do is, now that you've made that decision, right, everything you do from there on out becomes easy. Because what you do at that point is you start to find the material out there for voice actors that are doing that kind of work, that are doing maybe cartoon work, what are they posting? What are they doing? All right. You can start to post your things in that manner. You can start to then brand yourself around that type of voice. But maybe you want to do something else. Like, for example, maybe you want to be known as the person who does book trailers. Or let's, I did that earlier today in the YouTube video. Why don't we be known for a person who does podcast intros and outros? Okay. Maybe you want to be known as the podcast girl, where you go ahead and do all the intros and outros for podcasts. All right. And what you do is then you start to go through and find podcasts, friend those people, start to post your views about podcasts, your thoughts, what podcast you like to listen to. And if you don't listen to any, start listening to them, because you made a decision you were going to be that person. You're going to post your examples and samples of podcast intros and outros. You're going to make them for free. You're going to find them on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. You're going to find them everywhere. You're going to message them. You are going to become known as the podcast intro and outro girl. If people want a podcast intro or outro, they go to you. And they do that because you are consistently posting relevant information that says over and over again, in one way or another, that you are the person who is an expert in this field. And how we become an expert is we become trusted. And how we become trusted is through consistency, all right? Being familiar with someone, as well as being familiar with someone, as well as also being relatable, right? Like relating to someone, having the same values, having the same ideas, the thoughts, being the same, right? Or feeling the same way, sharing that. Okay, that is what breeds trust. And inevitably, seeing someone over and over again every single day doing those things, it becomes who you are. And people get to know you for that. It's so much easier, right? It's so much easier to put out content every single day based around one thing than doing multiple things. There's that old saying, go deep instead of wide. Go really deep, 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 deep. Don't go wide, because the wider you go, the more difficult it's going to be for people to know who you are, what you do. Do you know what I mean? Like, just doing voiceover is not enough. There's so much voiceover. And by the way, as a voiceover artist, we are like a default marketing company, right? We are like a de facto marketing business. Okay? Because that's what kind of we do. We help businesses market themselves. So we have to understand that we're playing that game against other marketing companies and social media companies. So what we have to do is we have to dive further and make sure that we completely differentiate ourselves. This is a great way to do it, is to become known for something. All right? Now, inevitably, you'll be like, okay, well, let's say I do Southern American, style voiceovers because I'm an American. And Anthony, what do I do now? Because I know what I do. I know who I am, right? I mean, what do I do now? So you might be in that position and you'll be like, okay, so now that I've made a choice, what do I do to move forward? Well, now what we do to move forward is we start to create the content around your decision. And how we do that is we literally find the content other people are creating, take what you are doing and start to put out content around what you do. Like, if you are a person who believes, and you want to be like the person who does, Southern American voiceovers, well, then there are things that you can put out, like being, proud of being, a part of this part. What is it, the area that you are from? What are they known for? What do they like? What is the point of, what do people relate to in that area? Put that information out. See, so basically what's happening, it doesn't eliminate the fact that you still have to work, but what it does is it allows you to have like a starting point. Right? Does that make sense? It has a starting point for you to start to know exactly what you want to put out there, to make people think of who you are. Like, if I was to say to you, other than voiceover, right? If I was to say to you, okay, I want you to make people believe that you are a parent. Okay? So if I said that, well then, and I want you to make the world believe that you're a parent through social media. Well, you could do all kinds of stuff, right? Like, put pictures out about your kids, talk about articles that talk about, stuff going on with parenting, talk about dangers, talk about really cool things, talk about good things that other parents are doing, talk about schools, talk about, all that kind of all that kind of stuff when raising a child, the challenges that go into, taking children out to into the world of your parent, you know what I mean? All right. And then pictures, documenting your journey with your children, the milestones of what they do and they accomplish something. You know what I mean? How you are changing with them. All of these things you would come up with pretty easily, right? Because in your mind, you understand what it means to be a parent. So if you take that same sort of idea and translate that or transfer that to your business, right? When what you are to be known for, you need to do all of those things too. What are those things? What are pictures of those things happening? What are the good things that happen with it? What are some of the things that support it? What do you like about it? What are some challenges in that place or that industry or that region? What are some things that to help people? What are things that you wonder? How is your journey going? Document all of it is revolving around what you want to be known for. And we do all of this simply because we are trying to help people identify us easier, quicker, faster, and to recall our name when they need a voiceover from that particular genre, right? Because there's so many voice actors. How do you stand out? Our voice is not enough because there's so many voices. And by the way, the reason why our voice is not enough at first, because they don't even know us. They don't even know who we are or what we do. So how could our voice even be important? What's important is we need to be able to get their attention. And we get people's attention by being known for something. And we're known from something by consistently putting out relatable information that makes people feel connected with us over a similar dream, a similar idea, a similar liking, something that makes us feel like we have something in common. That's what you need to be doing and not worrying so much about all this other stuff that, like social media is so hard. The hard part is just making a decision about what you're going to be known for. Then the rest of it is really you just putting it out consistently. And that's a challenge, but that's a different challenge, right? That's you being consistent, not wondering what to put out. All right, listen, I hope that this has helped you kind of understand, especially what I'm always thinking about how, I'm putting out, what am I known for? You know what I mean? Like if you think of me, you think of what? You think of Fiverr, right? Because I put out so much content about Fiverr, right? You think about a guy who started his hobo fort, right? It is made because I talk about the hobo fort. All right, a guy who's trying to help people grow their business like I've grown mine. Hopefully, these are the things that you are thinking of me. And what's interestingly enough is that yes, I do a lot of voiceover work, but the most voiceover work I do is inspiring work. Like I do a lot of inspiring narrative videos. That's like my thing, and I try to inspire people as much as possible through everything that I do. Okay. And, sometimes I do a lot better job than others, but that's what I do. That doesn't mean I don't do other things and I don't love other things that I do, but that's who I am. That's who I want to be. Okay. I want to be proof that anything is possible. That is me in a nutshell. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's who I am. That's what I want to be to you and the world. I want to help people know that they can accomplish anything. That's it. So everything I do is revolving around that. It goes beyond voiceover. It goes beyond my business. It goes beyond my life. It's more than that. It's everything to me. Now, I'm not saying that you have to come out and have all of that figured out, but if you don't have it figured out yet, you need to start doing that because that will guide you when all else fails. All right, look at it. I got back on my soapbox again. Dagnabbit, I got on my soapbox. Oh, it's the high-pitched character voice. He got on his soapbox again. Shut up. You can tell I'm delirious in my booth. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. And as always, do your very best. Please, please make a decision about what you want to be known for. And if it works out, great. And if it doesn't, that's great too. Just pick another thing and try that one. Do not ever give up. Keep trying until something sticks. I promise you, you will find it. Okay? Don't give up. You don't fail until you give up. All right, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I'll talk to you later. Peace.